Okay, we're on, Diya?
Yeah.
Okay.
Standard question.
Tonight we have new tech that set this up. Well, she's not new to the table, but she's new setting it up. So thank you, Diya, for setting it up.
She has been the apprentice.
She's the apprentice.
And now she is the master.
She's a quick study. I'd like to welcome everybody to episode 27 of Dinner with Dan.
Wow.
I am Dan Garrish, your host again tonight, and we are recording on Sunday, March 15th from Wroe Avenue in Dayton's historic Five Oaks neighborhood. I think it got to be 72 degrees today here.
It did.
It's very windy, but it got to be 72. Tomorrow, the high is going to be somewhere in the lower 40s. And then on Tuesday, St. Patrick's Day, the high is going to be 28.
So I will not be wearing my short sleeve T-shirt then.
I think you will not be wearing your short sleeve T-shirt.
Specifically, Club Garrish T-shirt.
And yep,
2018.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And I guess someday on one of these podcasts we'll talk about climate change.
It'd be a short conversation. There isn't any.
Yeah, short conversation. There is no climate change. So with that, because we do have the Oscars coming up tonight.
That's right. We are
Tonight's Oscar night.
embarking early.
Last week, I don't know if it was on the podcast or not, but I tried to get my table mates to wear tuxes and the ladies to wear gowns, and I was booed out of existence. So we're just here casual
That's
tonight.
right.
I could have been peer pressured into it if Sam was here.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Sam
but he's
wanted
not
to do
here.
it, even though Sam wanted to have to
No.
have rented a tux because he's got one.
You were the most likely to bow to Dan's wishes, Paul.
Thank you. I
It
could have
is
done it.
true.
I almost texted you, Kate, and asked if you were dressing up, but
But
it's
you
okay.
knew the answer was no, right?
Yeah, and we're all more comfortable because it's 70 degrees.
Well, I knew when the ladies said no to gowns, that wasn't going to happen with
That's
the
true.
guys.
There you go.
So anyhow, so after we get done with the podcast tonight, we will be watching the Oscars. I thought I watched the Flyers game.
Oh.
Unfortunately, Flyers got beat, but they got to the championship game.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I had Eddie put on Hammett for me, which is another nominated film tonight. And I almost got through it. Mary Grace showed up. That's Virginia's, my late wife's twin sister. We talked for a while. And then I almost got till the end when everybody showed up. But that's okay because it's on streaming and I can catch it. It's a very good movie, Hammett, which would bring me to have had watched 3 of the ones that were nominated.
Oh,
Sinners,
that's
Good.
One Battle After Another, and Hammett. So anyhow,
Which is your favorite?
man, that's 3 different kind of movies. I'm glad
Yeah.
I'm not voting.
Yep.
Yeah, I like them all. I really like Sinners. I understand why it was nominated for 16 times. It's the most nominated Oscar film in history. It's got more nominations than any other movie.
Wow. What a feat.
I really liked One Battle After Another. And Hammett is really, really good. It is really, really good. So I would urge all our listeners to catch those 3 movies. Anyhow, at the table tonight, we have table regulars Kate Evans, Paul Duncan Robinson, and Diya, who is our tech person tonight. She's watching the recording, making sure everything's recording. And Eddie will float in and out, I'm sure. Nan and Sam are excused tonight as Nan had business in Phoenix, Arizona, and Sam, the freeloader he is, went along with her. And I think they're coming back tomorrow, which is wise because tomorrow or Tuesday, Phoenix is supposed to set a record high temperature for that day in March. It's supposed to be like 102.
Oh.
Wow.
So
Well, you know,
climate change? Nah.
Nope.
There's no such
what a
thing.
wild week in weather then.
So anyhow, I already went through tonight's Oscars. So we will, as Diya reaches for pizza, I'm going and well for dinner tonight, Paul.
Oh, yes, we have Marian's Pizza, deluxe pizza. And we have sausage, mushroom, and green olives, and a vegetarian pizza.
Yeah. Thank you for this. I requested an easy night because I had book club this afternoon
Yeah.
and not a lot of time. So thank you.
Marion's is really busy. I don't know if the good weather affected it. It wasn't. I think it was mostly takeout orders because inside wasn't so busy. But unlike the last time we had Marion's, this one longer wait.
Yeah. Well, it could be, parties.
Parties, yeah.
Or watching the selection
That's a
committee.
good
and that
point.
kind of stuff.
Good
Yeah.
point.
And for those out-of-towners who don't know about Marian Pizza, Marian Pizza cuts their pizzas into squares.
Mm-hmm.
That makes them different than the others that cut it into wedges. And it was actually the first Marian's Pizza was on North Main Street, not too far from where we're at. Marian Glass was the gentleman who started it. His son took over after Marian left us. His name was Roger Glass, and he was quite the contributor to philanthropic things.
Including Chaminade Julienne.
Chaminade Julienne is the Glass Stadium,
Yep.
and his last big contribution was to the University of Dayton, which built the Glass, Roger Glass Performing Arts Center
Yep.
on Stewart and, I don't know, Stewart and, it's not Stewart and
Maine.
Maine. That's Stewart and Maine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Stewart and Maine. And as an aside, for those locals, if you ever want to see something, go out to Calvary Cemetery off of South Dixie and Dayton, right past Dayton History, and you drive through it, and you'll come to what looks like a small Greek temple, and that is where the Glasses are buried. It is like something that's it's unbelievable, and that's where Marian, his wife, and Roger, and I think there's a couple other Glasses that are buried there. It's quite the monument to him. But anyhow, Marian's Pizza does win international pizza contests or national pizza contests all the time as one of the best pizza operations. So that's what we're having tonight. Thank Paul for getting it, and thank Kate for making the
salad.
salad. And we'll give a shout out to Gem City Market on Sam Avenue, which needs all the work or all the customers it can get.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because Kate had book club and needed to get some salad makings and made a quick run to Gem City Market.
And here we are.
And here we are. So, Diya, we're gonna, I always go around the table that way. So, what did you do this week, Diya?
Well, my week was pretty usual. Went to school. I did some ceramics. Today
Nice.
was a fun day. I went to Cincinnati, and we walked around and looked at like 20-ish murals around the city. And then we had lunch and we played games. It was fun. It was a Rotary event, and I got to meet like all members of the Cincinnati Club and exchange students. I had fun. It was a good day. I'm kind of bummed I missed book club because this week's book was the one that I read.
Yeah.
And I liked
Well, what was the book?
the Red
The
Tent.
Red Tent.
The Red
I really
Tent.
wanted to be there, and
Yeah.
I heard it was awesome.
It was very nice. Book club was great. You would have been welcome to the conversation. Our book club is all women, and we typically read female authors. And so this was a great, I think, a women's book. I mean, everybody could read it and I think get something out of it, but definitely I think made for good conversation. So, yeah, it would have been nice if you were there. Since you read it.
Oh yeah, that was all about my week.
Are you done bowling?
Yes, for my school, but I do occasionally bowl for Rotary. I'm bowling tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, there's a Rotary League.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now let me get all up in your business.
Oh boy.
Have you got a prom gown yet?
Okay, so I'm probably not wearing a gown.
That's fair.
I'm not wearing anything poofy.
Fair.
Everybody did go shopping yesterday, and I did go, but then because I'm short, it's hard to find dresses
yes.
for my size.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's true.
So I probably have to get it hemmed, but I haven't chosen a dress yet. But the theme is Bridgerton.
Oh.
Bridgerton.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure we should be
Goodness.
watching that, but
Have you started watching Bridgerton yet?
well, I've seen the first 2 seasons, but what happens is like I would watch maybe 5 minutes of an episode and
Yeah.
then skip everything else. So I got done with it very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a quick way to go through it.
Yeah.
Now,
But you have the gist of it, so you'll know, kind
Oh,
of.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Virginia and I watched Bridgerton,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's in season 4 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she made the first 3 seasons, or no, maybe just the first 2.
Yeah, it might have been just the first 2, Dan.
Yeah, just the first 2.
So you don't have to go as a character, right? Just in that sort of style of
Yeah.
dress. Okay.
That era. I probably won't follow it.
Yeah.
It would be difficult,
Mm-hmm.
probably.
So, Kate,
Mm-hmm.
what have you done? Oh, what? Now, Diya, when's prom?
April 11th.
April 11th? Okay.
So you've got a few weeks.
Oh yeah.
We'll have
Figure it out.
We'll save our prom recollections
Yes.
till after Diya's got hers.
Fair.
'Cause
Yes.
I got some good prom stories.
Oh, see.
That's
We're
surprising.
gonna hear them.
Oh, yeah, that'll be good.
I got some good prom.
Yeah, well,
As a chaperone or as an attendee?
As an attendee,
Okay.
my one and only prom, because my senior year I was banned by the school.
Oh, ooh,
Also surprising.
ooh.
What did you do?
No, see a preview. We have to wait.
Gotta
now.
wait. That's called a teaser in the business.
No, in the business.
So, Catherine Ann, what have you been up to?
I went to work this week, and then I took Friday off to go with my aunt who had a knee replacement surgery, and she did great with her surgery and seems to be doing well with her recovery so far. I think, she's hoping to be truly back on her feet like as quick as possible, and so far so good. And it's amazing how quickly they move you in and out these days. I mean, within a couple of hours of waking up, she was on her feet. They were like actively getting her out, being discharged. So it was
Was
pretty
she
awesome.
in and out the same day?
Yep.
Wow.
You know,
And-
when I had mine done
Yeah.
in 2001,
Yeah.
yeah, 2001,
hmm
I was in for 5 days.
Well, see, even
Wow.
my dad, who had his knee replaced, I think within the last 10 years, had to stay overnight one night. But so the surgery, I heard someone refer to it as a jiffy knee. And the process is a little different. It's a little updated. And so whatever they're doing in there is somewhat less invasive, I think. And like it allows you to like recover quicker, get home quicker. But she was not knocked out completely.
Oh, wow.
She was, it was kind of like when you get a colonoscopy, like you were kind of in twilight, like mostly out, but not putting her all the way out helps speed it along too. And so far so good. And, she's home and has been getting used to life without the old knee pain.
Yeah,
I mean, Dan, you know well what it can be like. And
mine are getting worse and worse.
well, she was in pretty bad shape prior to, just injury, and the knee was a lot of instability in the knee and stuff. So she was really, really looking forward to getting this done, and I think it'll be good. So then that was Friday, and then Saturday, my sister came to my house and helped me start excavating things in the basement that have to be thrown out because of my great flood experience.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got a big pile of stuff that I'm going to call,
Bulk
like-
pickup?
I think I'm actually going to call like junk people to come, like, because they'll actually like take it out for you. And there's a lot. And there's some furniture and things that'll be really difficult to get out myself. So I think I'll just call like a junk hauler to come and they can take it right out and get rid of it. So that'll be nice. And so the basement's like almost dry again. you know. And then today it's been laundry and book club, and now I'm here, so nothing too eventful, just stuff I have to get done. Spring cleaning. Have to get it done.
Paulie,
Well,
also known as Duncan.
yeah, like I say about every week right now, I spent a lot of time at the Cincinnati Curling Club in Westchester, helping out some learn-to-curlers. Very enthusiastic bunch of people. It is fun. Even though I was a natural introvert, you know, I got to use my extrovert skills and be excited and all that. But the one different thing I did today is I volunteered with the Leadership Dayton group. I'm a Leadership Dayton alum, class of 2014, and they do a poverty simulation every class. It's called the Cost of Poverty Experience. It's run by an organization out of Springfield, Ohio called Think Tank, and it's a very stylized simulation. It takes about an hour, and you run through like a month in the life of various different family situations, but everyone is in poverty, typically working poor. And so you play 1 month, but you play 4 different weeks, and they have to, the participants have to go about and solve their whatever problems arise. Like in some of the cases, it's not so much a problem as it is you have to pay rent, you have to find gas money. In other cases, the people who run the simulation, they'll give you like a card or something that says, oh, you know, somebody, your daughter or son has to stay after school, and so now that the same people that are trying to figure out how to go from place to place now have to add in like a school stop. So as a volunteer, I played the housing resource person, and so my job was to collect or have people come to me, and then I would tell them how much they owed. And a lot of times they didn't have enough money to pay, and so I'd have to warn them that they might be evicted. And I went around and evicted a couple people. But other stations, like the court, police officer, if somebody had stopped by my station to apply for a housing voucher, I would have had to tell them to go to the court to get their history to, you know, prove, or lack thereof, to prove that they, you know, didn't have a criminal background. So it's really eye-opening. And as a participant of this several years ago, it's just eye-opening. Depending on your family situation, your learning can be a little bit different, but what you quickly realize is there isn't enough time to accomplish all the things that we as, you know, middle-class people just take for granted. Mm-hmm. So anyway, sorry I went on there, but that's the unique thing I did this week, Dan.
I also watched Sinners and SNL, which was fun.
The movie Sinners.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Good music, and it's kind of spooky. And it's vampires, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna win.
It's going to win something because
It's got so many nominations. Well, you never know.
Yeah. And you picked up Mia, right?
And well, she has her car in Columbus, so I didn't have to go through the whole rigmarole of when do you want to be picked up, because, you know, kids these days, Dan, if you ask them too early when they're coming home, or if you're picking them up, they can't give you an answer 24 more hours out. I mean, so I was like, Mia, when do you want to, you know, when are you going to come home? You know, like, her answer didn't matter, but I was trying to plan if I was going to do a learn to curl or not. And I asked her like on Thursday, and that was too early, Dan, too early. So I asked her Friday, and she said, well, I'll probably come home Saturday around 3:30. And I don't think Mia's probably listening to this episode, but no offense, Mia, I didn't quite believe it, so I signed up for a 3:30 learn to curl, and then she texted me Saturday early afternoon and said, yeah, I'm not making 3:30, I'll be there about 6:30.
Perfect.
She goes, you can sign up for that learn to curl. Of course I already had. So. And then she drove herself home yesterday, and
so she has a car on campus.
Since January.
Oh,
So
wow.
she pays for the parking. It's covered on parking, and she brought her cat with her. So now there's 4 cats in the house, and
4 cats in the house.
And we went to Skyline Chili.
Wow.
Yeah.
Skyline's good.
Yeah. We used to be big time regulars. In addition to the Thursday Skyline Chili, we would often go after figure skating. So that's dwindled.
There's all kind of pizza, Eddie.
Eddie's here.
Yep.
Eddie's here.
Eddie has showed up.
Guess what, Eddie?
What?
Your turn. Unless there's follow-up questions, Dan.
Huh?
Unless you have follow-up questions.
So this is Mia's spring break.
It is her spring break.
Ah.
Today, of course, felt like spring break. But,
Yeah. Now, how are they off all week?
yeah, they're off all week. And I said, Mia, do you have any plans this week? And she acted like that was a super duper dumb question. And I was
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
I said, duh. I was like, okay, with modern technology and communications, it's quite possible you're still in touch with your high school friends at Chaminade Juliet, and she acted like it was still a dumb question. Nope, she doesn't have anything planned. Okay.
You know, her
Well,
whole life is planned. Can't
yeah.
she just have one?
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
I think you're being a helicopter parent.
I know.
Oh no! It was partly just again to plan out how many learned to curl. So there was a selfish intent. So I don't want to abandon. I say I don't want to abandon her, although she's quite content to not
Be abandoned.
be abandoned.
Yeah, she's like, please.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah.
we do know one thing she can't do. She can't go down to the University of Dayton for St. Patrick's
That's
Day.
right.
Not this year.
Not this year.
But next year when she's a senior at Ohio
As a
State.
former Dayton municipal court judge, I'm going to be real interested
Yeah.
in seeing how they enforce that
I thought about you.
wristband and everything else.
I thought about you, Dan.
It's gonna take a lot of people. As long as they have enough people, I mean, they'll be able
Yeah.
to do it. I think. But how secure are they making the perimeter?
Beats
You
me.
know, are they putting up the fences like when we had NATO here? Like,
Yeah.
is it? Because that might do it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
But it's still not going to stop them UD kids from
Well, no.
pulling out a couch and setting it on
No,
fire,
of
tipping a
course
car
not.
over or whatever.
Well, if the talk can be believed, the problems are.
Yeah.
It's always when the outsiders come in.
Oh
Allegedly.
yeah, it's always the outsiders.
Allegedly.
Outside
Yeah.
agitators.
Allegedly.
I
So, we'll see.
I definitely hope there's zero outsiders because if something
I know.
happens and they can't
I
keep.
know.
No, I think it's Antifa's doing it.
Oh my gosh. Is it climate change doing it too?
Yep, and climate
Climate
change. Yeah.
It's the problem.
Okay, so Eddie, you want to weigh in on anything?
You're weak.
Nope.
Nothing.
Okay, Eddie's done.
Eddie said no.
It's all work related.
I will weigh in
Had
for
to get
Eddie.
that in there.
I will weigh in for Eddie.
What?
He did go to Cincinnati yesterday for the annual Platt family St. Patrick's Day party.
Oh, is this why
It's always
you're-
been at the Pettit's house. So
you're
they
looking
had
a little sleepy?
Yep. So they had a good time at St. Patrick's Day. So shout out to all the Irish people with St. Patrick's Day coming up.
There you go.
Okay, what did I do this week? Every week just blends together when you're retired.
May I have the sound, please?
Eddie and I have started a new father-son bonding. We're now binge watching Breaking Bad.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so Eddie and I are thinking about maybe starting to cook meth.
That's your retirement project,
My
maybe?
retirement project, yeah.
Okay.
I need money.
We need money. So Eddie and I have been watching 2 to 3 episodes a night of Breaking Bad. And so, yep, that's really good. It's been off for 10 years and we're finally seeing it, but it's well worth watching. So
Yeah.
anyhow, so that's what I've been doing. Catching up on some TV. Like I said, I was watching Hammett before you guys showed up. Did Legacy on Friday, and then Eddie and I ordered Chinese Friday night. So I'm still trying to be the good little Catholic boy and just eating fish and seafood on Friday.
Avoiding meat and meat juice.
Avoiding
No
meat and
meat
meat juice.
juice.
Well, there's some meat juice you can have. Remember when I used to read that stuff
You-
at
yeah.
I do remember.
St. Patrick's Day? Yeah, you can. Drippings are okay, but anyhow.
And
then-
bevo. We're allowed to eat bevo.
Yeah, I guess yeah.
Really?
Yeah, up in Quebec because they couldn't get enough fish.
Oh.
So the cardinal of when it was New France,
Yeah.
the cardinal came up with that they could eat beavers
So not
because
recently.
that they were aquatic. Well, it's never been taken off.
Okay.
The encyclical or whatever you would.
I mean, it seems like that would be kind of a gross meat to eat,
Yeah.
but
Well, and there's also certain places in South America where it's the same thing,
okay.
where they can eat, because they can't.
Yeah.
They're not readily
Capybaras.
available.
Yeah, some other
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
a specific thing.
And then so Saturday I did Legacy as well, and went up to after gassed my car up, paid the very expensive gas now, but I got my car gassed up. Then of course, I'm 73 now, so I had to go to Walgreens and get some prescription medicine.
Right.
And then came home and hung out at home, watched some movies, watched Saturday Night Live, went to bed, and here I am today. So that's what we've got going.
Not bad.
Yep. We've got St. Patrick's Day coming up. I have no real St. Patrick's Day plans.
It's always, I don't really celebrate like I used to, but
back in the day.
But it's hard when it's during the week.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like I have to be functional.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And then this week, for those of you who are not Daytonians, the first four starts in Dayton, Ohio. We like to say
on Tuesday.
We like to say the road to the Final Four begins in Dayton, Ohio. So there'll be 4 games: 2 on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday. The other thing I did watch on Friday, I watched the Chaminade Julienne High School women's win the Division III state championship.
Moon Pie mentioned this at book club that
because
they had won.
I get Spectrum, and Spectrum carries the high school athletic stuff, so I was able to watch the CJ girls.
Nice.
And I had to remind Eddie that when he was 6 years old, we all drove to Columbus. That's back when
you couldn't remember this, Eddie? I can't believe it.
Eddie does not remember this. We all drove up to Columbus to see, because they used to play at St. John's Arena up at Ohio State, to see the 1990 CJ girls play. Lily was in high school at that time. Eddie was all of 6 years old, maybe five and a half.
Not at 1990, right?
99.
99.
Yeah, 1999. And we went up there. Katie Heldorfer was on the team. Tamika Williams had been on the year before when they were runners up.
Yeah,
but,
that's what I remember because that was my high school era too.
Yeah, and that year, 1999, they won. Bill and Rita, my late in-laws, went. And then after that, we then drove down to Cincinnati for the Platt family St. Patrick's Day.
Oh,
so the women's, those tournaments are all right around St. Patrick's Day. So anyhow, that's what I did. So tonight, we ready to talk about the movie?
Absolutely.
I think we're ready.
Okay.
Seems like it.
Okay, dear listeners.
Here we go.
Tonight we're going to do the Best Picture that was awarded for in 1945. And it is The Lost Weekend. It won 4 Oscars. It won for Best Picture. You need to, we can shut the grate because the sun is beating down on Paul and Eddie.
Yes, I will try not to pull a Sam and
pull all the cords out.
Everything.
There you go.
There we go.
Okay, it won for Best Picture. Once the awnings go up, we won't have to do that.
I know. I eagerly
await
await the awnings.
It won for Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Director, and Best Screenplay. It's based on a novel by Charles R. Jackson. Now, what I want to do, since we don't have a whole lot of people here to discuss the movie tonight, I took
switching it up.
Huh?
Switching it up.
You're switching it up. You're switching whatever, but you're about to do is probably going to be
our routine.
No, it's just going to be more in depth.
Oh, your
than
notes.
Normal because we're not going to have Nan giving her her discussion, and we're not going to have Sam giving his know-it-all Sam.
Oh,
stuff.
no, what? Just because some of us do a little research like you do.
You're Schwartzing people who aren't here to defend themselves.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know what Schwartz is, watch The Christmas Story. You'll find out. I love both Nan and Sam.
I know you do.
So what I did is I wrote down more notes, and I want to say, so I don't get sued, that these notes I'm attributing to where they came from. And as you know, I buy the DVD, and I bought the DVD of The Lost Weekend, so I paid the money for it, and I used the words in the write-up that they had on the DVD. So I'm attributing that to Universal Studios. There you go.
Was there a director's cut or edition or
No,
commentary?
no, there was
I'm
just
not director, but
now they didn't have guides going over
Yeah.
it, so I only had to watch it once. Thank God.
yeah.
Okay, so let me read this. Hope I don't bore too many, but I'll try to read it. It'll give everybody a good overview, and then we can start talking about it. The Lost Weekend, a 1944 bestseller by Charles Jackson, was one of 4 novels that Paramount star director Billy Wilder, traveling from Los Angeles to New York by train, bought at a kiosk during a Chicago stopover. Wilder was up all night reading it twice, making notes. From New York, Wilder called Paramount production head Buddy DeSylvia and asked him to look into buying the movie rights. DeSylvia was dubious about the novel's screen possibilities, but paid $50,000 for it on Wilder's say-so. Other executives at Paramount felt that the book was sordid and uncommercial.
Wow.
Quote from Wilder, "Not only did I know it was going to make a good picture," Wilder stated, "I also knew the guy who was going to play the drunk was going to get the Academy Award." Ray Milland accepted the top role, even though higher-ups at Paramount thought it was career suicide. Much of the movie was shot in location in New York City's on 3rd Avenue pawn shops, Bellevue Hospital, P.J. Clark's East 55th Street bar, and other sites. Street scenes were shot with a hidden camera. Takes were sometimes ruined when people recognized Milland and asked for his autograph, which I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Before shooting, Milland existed on a diet of dry toast, coffee, grapefruit juice, and boiled eggs in order to give himself the look of a man who habitually forgets to eat. The actor dropped from his normal weight of 168 to 160. To research his role, Milland spent a night in Bellevue's hospital psychiatric ward.
Ooh.
After obtaining permission, he donned hospital pajamas and was assigned to a bed. Also in the ward were about 15 men. Most of them were veterans of the advertising profession, which brings me to thinking about Don Draper, and Mad Men and everything that went on there, you know.
Yeah.
And also one of the guys that spent the night with him was once a big city mayor. Milland was later awakened by the screams of an inmate being manhandled by attendants. As the man was being strapped to a bed, other inmates began swearing. Milland wrote in his autobiography, quote, "Then from across the room a long undulating howl started, the sound coyotes make at night in the high deserts of Arizona."
Oh gosh.
So that's kind of weird.
That's pretty creepy.
True to Wilder's prediction, Milland's star performance in the harrowing psychological drama earned him an Oscar. Other Oscar winners were director Wilder, screenwriters Brackett and Wilder, and the film itself. When Wilder and Brackett arrived at Paramount Writers Building the day after the Oscars, liquor bottles were dangling from dozens of windows, which I thought was interesting, and we'll talk about that as we get into the movie. Okay, then I'll just give you a little bit of the actors, and then we can start talking about it. Welshman, he was Welsh, Ray Milland. He lived from 1907 to 1986, served in the Royal Household Cavalry in London. Before making his film debut in the late 1920s, he moved to Hollywood in 1930. After years of lightweight roles, Milland won an Oscar and a Golden Globe playing the alcoholic in The Lost Weekend. Jane Wyman, she was the love interest in the movie, After attending the University of Missouri, Wyman did some radio singing and played small movie bit roles before landing a contract at Warner Brothers. She acted in a number of inconsequential movies before Paramount's Billy Wilder gave her a crack at drama in The Lost Weekend. Wyman was eventually Oscar nominated for The Yearling, The Blue Veil, Magnificent Obsession, and won for Johnny Belinda.
Yeah.
She got the Best Actress for Johnny Belinda years later. Other awards that she got was a Golden Globe for TV's Falcon Crest. And I was a religious watcher of Falcon Crest. For those of you who don't remember it, it was based on, it was a family of a wine vineyard family.
That's right.
And who was that hot guy that all the young women wanted to be with? Lamas?
Oh, Lorenzo.
Yeah, Lorenzo Lamas. He was on it. Yeah, it was really good. It was kind of like Dallas in California, and except for oil, it was wine. And it does note that she was very high paid for that. She made $1.6 million a year as the series star. And also of note that for a while she was married to the future United States President Ronald Reagan. Philip Terry, who played Wick Burnham, the brother, he was in a number of different movies, but I guess his big claim to fame was he was Joan Crawford's third husband. He was married to her from 1942 to 1946. Another guy of note was Howard DeSylvia. He's the main bartender, Nate. He was born in Cleveland. He lived from 1909 to 1986. And interestingly enough, he was blacklisted in 1951 by the House Un-American Activities Committee, and eventually, once that got rebuilt for the tragedy it was, got back into films and back into TV. And one of my favorite actresses of this whole thing was Doris Dowley. She played Gloria. She was having lunch with Billy Wilder and Charles Jackson, the author of Lost Weekend, as they discussed the picture. Jackson turned to her and said it was too bad she wasn't the type to play the bar girl Gloria. Dowling was sadly agreeing with him when Wilder said, "Yes, she is."
Nice.
And I thought she was great in that role.
Agreed.
Another guy who played Bim, and I'm not sure who Bim was, Frank Thalen. He was also in Gone with the Wind. And apparently, in many films and TV shows, he was always portrayed as one of the taxi drivers. And in recognition of that, the Los Angeles Cab Drivers Union made him an honorary member.
Oh.
So there you go.
Talk about being typecast.
Nice.
So I'm going to read one more thing, and then we're going to start talking about the movie.
Alright.
Okay, and this is on the back of the DVD. So Universal Studios, I'm giving you all the credit. Don't sue me. This is what they put on the back of the package that the. And speaking of which, before you leave,
Yeah.
Paul,
Well.
when you did your Appalachian Trail thing,
Yes.
and we talked about Walk in the Woods,
Yes.
and we gave you the movie.
Yes.
Well, we just gave you the case. I found the movie.
Okay.
It was
Hilarious.
so.
Yeah.
So you're gonna leave with the movie.
You didn't notice?
Well, I haven't. Well, I've seen the movie, and I don't like the movie, but I did
Eddie-
listen. I did listen to the CD, Appalachian Spring, Dan. It's in the car
Oh,
actually.
that's a great one.
Yeah, so
It's
I
great,
did
yeah.
make use of that, but I've seen the movie,
You can't.
and I have zero desire to see it again.
Well, but it needs to be in. As
No,
far
it's
as
gonna be
the-
part of
It
my
does.
collection. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I appreciate
They
that.
can
yeah.
lower you down with it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyhow, yeah. So it's out there. You're gonna leave with it. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the description
senses
that
of the
Universal Studios, even though it was Paramount, but Universal owns them now. Okay, the best picture of 1945 has lost none of its bite or power in this uncompromising look at the devastating effects of alcoholism. Ironically, this brilliant Billy Wilder film was almost never released because of poor reaction by preview audiences, unaccustomed to such stark realism from Hollywood, but the film has since gone on to be regarded as one of the all-time great dramas in movie history. Ray Milland's haunting portrayal of a would-be writer's dissatisfaction with his life leads him on a self-destructive 3-day binge. Filled with riveting imagery, the multiple Academy Award-winning offers an unforgettable view of the life on the edge. So with that, I'm done.
Can I mention another name, Dan?
Oh.
Sure.
Involved in production. So on the title cards at the beginning, the costume designer was Edith Head.
Yeah.
And to kind of jump to the end of that, if you've seen the Pixar movie The Incredibles, she's the person who plays Edna, the costume designer for the family.
Oh, no
It's
kidding.
modeled after Edith Head. But more importantly, she was nominated for 35 Oscars for Best Costume Design, won 8 of them. It's the most Oscar nominations for a woman. By the time that this movie, The Lost Weekend, came out, she'd already been working for Paramount for 20 years. But starting in 1949, she was nominated for an Oscar every year between 1949 and 1967, and then 5 more times in the 70s. Yeah, so very long career. She first won in 1950 with The Heiress for Best Costume Designer for Black and White movie. And in 1951, she won 2 Oscars. One for Best Costume Design for Black and White for All About Eve, and then Best Costume Design for Color for Samson and Delilah. Oh. So I want to give her a shout, even though she's not nominated for this week, for this movie. That was the one name in the credits. I mean, aside from the actors, the one name that jumped out at me. So I wanted to give Edith Head. Yeah, I want to give Edith Head a shout out.
That's a great thing to bring up.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep.
That's interesting, especially on an Oscar night.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially on an Oscar night.
Yeah.
Okay, Diya.
Yeah, what did you think?
Can I have my plate?
I have a confession to make.
Okay, you better make
I
it.
don't remember most of it.
You were watching but not paying attention.
Right, because I was working on Brian's hair.
Oh.
Fair
But
enough.
from all the sounds that I heard in the room, they were all very disappointed. So I decided that I probably shouldn't make an effort to watch it again. And I read the summary and it sounds really terrible.
It's a tough watch for sure.
I think Jason Hillard earlier when he was here said it was a bummer. So, yeah, very technical term.
Mildly.
It's a tough
Yeah.
watch.
I wonder why it won. What made it win an Oscar?
I can only imagine that, Dan said earlier that test audiences weren't necessarily wild about it, but it is quite a performance. I think the main characters really kind of give this story that is tough. They kind of they bring it to life. It's very realistic, I think. As you're watching it, you can see this man is at the very beginning of the movie is already in the throes of alcoholism. It's not it doesn't show you kind of him falling into it. He's already there. And you get a glimpse right away that he is really a slave to his next drink, right? That he's already living a life that's very much where am I going to get the next drink? And there's an air of recklessness about him right from the get-go. And I think the performances are just I think it had to be what kind of got this across with critics. I mean, it's well done. I mean, it's a really well done movie, but I can see why critics would vote for it, or people in the industry might vote for it, and audiences would be a little less sure of it, just because it's tough. It's a tough subject, and it's really very depressing. It's a depressing watch.
It's probably not the first movie to depict alcoholism, but certainly the one of this stature. In fact, I did a search on the internet, and it was movies that depict alcoholism, and none are listed before this one in terms of being, I'll say, important movies or notable movies with this sort of depiction. So to Kate's point, that could have been critic attention grabbing.
Well, we're right at the beginning edge of kind of a gritty era in film too, that like you start thinking about like the late 40s and the early 50s, and you start getting like On the Waterfront and those sorts of like gritty, realist films.
Yeah.
And this, I think, I was kind of thinking about it in terms of like this kind of being the beginning of that era, because it's, you know, there's nothing glamorous about this movie. There's no glitz or glamour. There's nothing about it that kind of even breaks you out of this man's. I mean, it's called The Lost Weekend, and he has a doozy of a weekend, and you know, even in the flashback scenes with his, you know, now fiance or whatever she is, like, to him, you know, there's a flashback scene to how they met, and he's jonesing for his drink, and he's having to wait for her because the coat check man switched up their coats, and you realize, like, he's watching this play, he's watching them drink on stage, and he starts jonesing for his drink. He goes outside, he gets irrational with the coat check man because he wants his coat, and then you find out it's what's in his coat that he really wanted the whole time, and it was a bottle of booze, which, you know, he like kind of rages at this woman when she finally comes out, and then decides he wants to charm her a little bit, but he's still just like almost singularly focused on getting outside and getting that bottle to have a drink, and it smashes on the ground in front of him. It's like you'd think the one moment that might be a little more lighthearted is absolutely not. And then that whole weekend, you know, that's clearly how they met, and then their relationship has continued, and now, you know, he's trying to hide his drinking from her and his brother, who has like supported him and covered for him all these years. It's, yeah, I mean, it's depressing, and it's hard to watch the lengths that this man goes to like get his next drink over the course of this weekend, and the way he shuts everybody out, and he's really just, you know, he lies and says he's planning to write for the weekend, and like he just needs to be cut off from everybody to focus, but it really is just about getting to the next drink and the next drink, and he becomes sad and desperate, and, you know, does things, steals, and, you know, I mean, it's like everything you could think of this guy is going through in a single weekend.
I found it interesting that the scenario they created, right? So New York City's featured in the movie. Mm-hmm. I mean, like you said, Dan, it's definitely, there are scenes that were shot in New York City, and it's really important that this particular movie take place in New York City, right? Because he doesn't have to drive anywhere, so we see him walking. Presumably, he could have taken the subway or a cab, but we don't really see that. And when he goes to try to pawn his typewriter, of course, there's a gajillion, you know, potential pawn brokers, where if he had been in a smaller city or out in the country, that would have been a really short scene. So it's really important to take place in New York City. The other thing I thought was interesting is that he's a single guy. You know, this isn't, it probably would have been even more brave if they had tried to show like a suburban, you know, father being an alcoholic and all that. I'm probably viewing audiences weren't ready to see that, I'm guessing.
I would imagine.
So you're
probably hit a little too close to home.
Yeah, it could be hit a little too close to home. So you're definitely seeing a single guy in the city that not everybody's going to be able to relate to who's watching the movie, going about his day. Not that they can say like, oh, this doesn't represent me, I can't identify. But it's an interesting choice. I mean, it's based on our novels, but it's still an interesting choice in how they're depicting the main character and the setting.
Well, it's fresh in my mind. When you mentioned the pawn shop thing, I thought it was really interesting because he kept going to the pawn shops,
right?
Which, you know, I guess in New York City, were predominantly run by those of the Jewish faith.
Yep.
And then he finally finds he keeps moving and moving and moving,
trying to find one that's open.
He gets into the Irish neighborhood, you know, because you see the street signs changing. He gets into the Irish neighborhood, and the Irish pawn shop's closed. And he says, "What's going on here?" And the Irish pawn shop owner goes, "It's Yom Kippur. We have a deal with them. they don't open on St. Patrick's Day and we don't open on Yom Kippur,
Yeah.
and it's Yom Kippur.
Yeah.
And I thought, well,
Okay.
that's something.
I honestly thought they were closed because of just Saturday, the
Yeah.
Sabbath, right? But it turns out it
Yeah.
was a high
Yom Kippur,
holiday.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that
It's
was
interesting
interesting.
detail.
Yeah.
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 Anything else, Kate?
Well, what did you think about it? I mean, what did you guys think?
I was glad it was an hour and 46 minutes
Yeah,
or whatever,
it
because I honestly
Moves.
was. I mean, I like the pacing, the things I normally like. I hate to say it, I just didn't care what happened next. I mean, like,
It's brutal.
yeah, I mean,
It's
I don't
hard to
know.
conjure sympathy
yeah.
for this guy, right? Because you don't ever meet him before it. I think
Right.
like it's hard to be sympathetic for this
Yeah.
man because you don't know him without being
Yeah.
Yeah.
totally immersed in
Yeah.
this already.
I mean, you knew he was going to miss the train,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
go upstate.
Yeah.
I mean, the last weekend is a double entendre, right? Because you can imagine an alternate reality where he catches a train and maybe
Yeah.
starts to write that book.
Yeah.
Kate, you mentioned that we don't see him before. We don't really see him after. I mean, he
Right.
throws a cigarette in the whiskey,
Yeah.
but that by itself, I cannot paint
Yeah.
a picture that he's redeemed.
I didn't take from that he's suddenly
Yeah.
gonna go cold turkey.
Right.
I mean, I got from that he's making a decision to try.
Right, which is
Right.
good
And
first step.
he's making a decision to try. He's admitting that like I've got a problem and I'm gonna try. But yeah, for a guy like that, it's a long road. I mean, and that's why it's not even that action at the end. It's not at all uplifting. I mean, maybe there's a little
Right.
hope in it, but like
Yeah,
that
I would think, it's not uplifting, but I think as intense as that movie was,
Yeah.
I think it had to end for the
With
time on some hope.
Yeah, with some
Yeah, good point.
acknowledgement
Yeah.
that he's gonna try to.
One of the things that I found interesting was is made during World War II.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, we had Casablanca,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
and we had Going My Way.
Yes.
What's more uplifting than Going My Way?
Right.
Casablanca, we're going to fight the Nazis and
And
beat them.
we just swung the complete opposite direction.
And this
with
was such a downer.
Yep. No mention of the war.
No mention
Not
of
a
the
single
war.
mention.
And it's contemporary.
Yeah.
Not a single mention of the war.
I even thought about it too, because to your point, Dan, it's this era, and it was made, and they, you'd think like maybe a character like this, you're gonna find out that part of his problem is because of what he saw in the war, or because of like he's
Or he-
struggling to come back from,
Or he couldn't serve
Yeah.
because of
or
a medical
couldn't
issue.
serve, or
Yeah.
like some sort of like. But there's nothing. I mean, it's kind of timeless in where it could take place. You could totally see this movie being redone
Yeah.
in a later era with very little needing to be truly changed
Oh, right.
to like
Yeah.
keep the story fresh.
The some of the things I wrote down, some of the lines that he had, the lines are excellent.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a drinker, I'm a drunk.
Yeah, the way he says that too.
Uh,
Just matter of fact.
I reached my peak when I was 19, and then
Yeah.
he quit school. And that does happen. You
Yeah.
see that happen to rock and roll stars
Sure.
and stuff like that.
Yep.
They hit too big. Another quirk of the movie that I thought was interesting was he always put his cigarette in, filled tobacco first with the filter sticking out.
And then
So
yeah.
They always had to switch his cigarette
Yeah.
around for him, no matter whether he was drunk or not.
Yeah.
He put the cigarette in the wrong way. Let me see. Oh, and that Helen, Jane Wyman, was from Toledo.
Yeah, I
thought
like
that
that.
was
I like
interesting.
Right. Yeah.
And another one of his quotes is, "Love is the hardest thing in the world to write about." I thought that was an interesting quote. The other one that I like, and this goes back to some of the movies we've already watched. One of his lines was, "I'm John Barrymore before movies got him by the throat."
Yeah.
And John Barrymore was in a couple of the movies
Yeah.
that the
Yep.
Grand Hotel,
Yep.
and he went from Broadway to the movies.
Yep.
And I thought that was so inside
Oh, yeah.
baseball
Yeah.
such an inside baseball quote, you know. I was John Barrymore, and then he went out to Hollywood, and
which I wouldn't have gotten had we not watched these movies.
That
Right,
is
yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, I
that's
wouldn't have
true.
got it at all, but since we've been watching all these movies.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. I will get personal,
Okay.
because this is a hard movie to watch. I've had 2 alcoholics in my family. I had a first cousin who drank himself to death with vodka. Very smart, beautiful wife, 2 beautiful daughters. The bottle got him, and he couldn't stop. He had great insurance. He was in and out of the best rehab places in the state of Ohio, and he couldn't stop. They did every intervention you can think. He was inpatient. He had all the things, and he just could not stop. And I want to say he probably died 30 years ago. He was 2 years older than me. He was in high school with me, and I often think back to him about he just couldn't stop, and he would drink himself to oblivion every night. They even had it where nobody in my hometown would sell him alcohol, but then he paid guys to go in and get it for him. It was just sad, and to see him spiral out and the effect it had on his wife and his children, just sad. My grandpa was a functioning alcoholic. There is such a thing.
Oh yeah.
He was a beer drunk. I can't remember my grandpa on my mom's side without a beer in his hands. He lived to be 69. He always had that buzz.
Yeah.
So he was not a lost weekend kind of guy. He got up and went to work every day. He was one of the most respected truck mechanics in the county, and he was also a farmer. Never beat his wife, never beat his kids.
Yeah.
But he just was always had that beer buzz on about him.
And how old? Like when was he born?
1899.
Okay.
1899. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he lived to be 69.
Yeah.
And what eventually got him was he smoked cigars, and
Yeah.
it was emphysema that got him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I guess there is such a thing of functioning alcoholic.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was never the blind drunk guy. Now, after 36 years on the bench at the Dayton Municipal Court level,
Yeah.
I dealt with alcohol every day, DUIs, you name it. I dealt with it every day, and that's where just putting the cigarette in the glass.
Yeah.
That's no.
Yeah.
That's a Hollywood ending,
Yeah.
which is okay.
Yeah.
They needed to get us out of there with a little bit of
Some
hope.
shred of
And-
hope for
for the
this
people.
man.
And we know he had a support system,
Yeah,
right?
he had a great support
so,
system. Yeah, it's a tough thing to deal with.
Yeah.
And as a judge, my attitude always was, it's going to take a number of starts and stops. As long as people didn't lie to me about it, as long as they were continuing to work with the people, I would keep working with them.
So you could order rehab and.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They just tell me the truth.
Yeah.
If you're back drinking again, okay, I'll continue on probation. We're going to try this program.
Yeah.
But if you lie to me,
Yeah.
well, that's a horse of a different color.
Yeah.
So, now after having said that, I'm 100% against prohibition.
Oh yeah.
That didn't work. That probably caused us more headaches and more problems. So it's just a fact that some people can do it and some can't.
Well.
I mean, some people can socially drink alcohol,
Right.
and other people can't have a
Yeah.
taste. I have become a fan of absence, which
Yeah.
is the green fairy. I have 8 or 9 unopened bottles. I collect the bottles. I don't know. I've got them out there, and so I've done a lot of history of absence.
Yeah.
And it was a drink that was blamed for everything.
Yes.
For
that's
the
right.
French not fighting well in World War I and everything else. And interesting how society has dealt with alcoholism. And in the late 1800s in Europe, the thought of how you deal with alcoholism is you have them drink beer instead of
Right. Right.
yeah,
A
and-
lower alcohol.
yeah,
yeah.
a lower alcohol content.
Yeah.
Or have them drink wine, but you can have 2 glasses of wine, but
Right.
and so it's a ever evolving thing. We try the chemicals where that I forget there's a shot that they can take that if you drink alcohol you get violently sick.
Right.
I forget what it's called.
I do too.
I think I ordered people on that from time to time if probation recommended it. So it's something that we constantly struggle with.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to me because I live in a state where it's a dry state, so alcohol cannot be legally sold. A
Oh.
lot of states are that way in India, so
Oh.
I've never seen anyone in my family ever drink at all. So it's been a new experience
Yeah.
for me.
Oh,
For
yeah.
Interesting.
Now, can you bring alcohol into your state?
You can.
You just
yeah.
can't buy it there.
You just can't buy it there.
Okay.
But most people don't drink, and that's mainly for religious reasons.
Oh, okay.
Most religions would not allow drinking.
And see, here we are, Catholics, where it's encouraged.
Especially during Lent on Fridays at Fish Fries.
And, you get a little sip at
And now
Mass
you-
every week.
Well, yeah, and a wee sip on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
That's right. A wee nip of the
But there was
creature.
that scene in the movie where
Yeah.
he's taking the shots and you can see the rings.
The
So
rings.
I counted.
I
it was like
love that
11 or something at
scene.
one point.
Yeah.
But you're right. It would have taken a lot of beers, especially if it was low alcohol beers,
Yeah.
to equate to those 11 or 12
Yeah.
shots.
Well,
And those might have been generous shots.
And in the development of this country, Diya, because the
Yeah.
water was so bad that people drank beer because it killed all the bacteria.
Right.
I've heard
So
that.
if you're ever go out to Dayton history, where they have a brewery from the 1850s, they tell you that was it was safer to drink beer than it was to drink water.
There's this place in front of Caroline Park.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
that's it.
That's the
There.
one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
That's where I read about it.
Yeah,
first.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of the beer is essentially room temperature because they're making it for these reasons.
Yeah.
But there's really no way to refrigerate it. So
Yep. Any other comments?
I'm a fan of alcohol.
There you go.
Well,
Eddie has weighed in for his comment for the day.
I am too. I do feel like you're absolutely right, Dan. I mean, it's definitely, it is a disease. It's an addiction. It's a disease, and
And
like
you know,
you
Jane
said, I
Wyman
mean,
makes that
yeah,
when she's having that
Yes, she
conversation with
does.
the brother. It's if he had cancer, you wouldn't leave him. If he had a heart attack,
That's
you wouldn't
right.
leave him.
Yeah.
This is a disease, and I thought that was pretty
Very.
forward thinking
Very.
for a movie that came out then.
True. Yep.
That it was a disease.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly didn't. In other depictions of the time, you don't see that,
Right.
right? It's like some moral failing, right? It's presented as a moral failing. But yeah, to do that, I agree with you. Ahead of its time.
Yeah.
I will say I've seen this movie a couple times before this time, and what has always gotten me though, it's so hard hitting. The music is overpowering,
Eerie.
and but I'm not a fan. I think it goes too far, and the music at times makes it clownish to me. And I'm like, this is such a serious subject, and this music it's loud and it's
Twilight Zone music.
sort of, yeah. But it is overpowering.
Yeah.
I think in some of the
apparently one reason why the test audience didn't like it because they didn't have that music yet.
really
They hadn't commissioned the music or it hadn't been finished. so it was like jazz music, and it was just filler music.
Yeah.
But the audience apparently thought it was jarring to have jazz music and as the background.
Well, it certainly, I mean, jarring maybe is the right word for this, though. This music is jarring.
Yeah.
Because it certainly, it's not easy to listen to. But yeah, the music really stood out to me as a feature of this movie that I didn't care for that much.
Yeah.
And I don't know that it necessarily enhanced this movie or the drama in it, but maybe I should try to watch it without the music and see. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't care for the music, and I just thought that it really overpowered the weight of some of the scenes.
Yeah.
So.
Another thing is it's always rye.
Oh yeah,
And
he's a rye drinker.
Where at one point in time in America, the majority of whiskey was rye whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
So that must have been back then, because he's always, give me a bottle of rye, give me a bottle of rye.
It would have resonated then with the audience too.
Yeah.
If that's true. Yeah.
Well, it's a toughie.
Yeah. Now I do want to say, Ray Milland, no doubt about it, that was a unbelievable portrayal.
Yeah.
But I really, really liked Gloria, the bar girl.
Yeah.
And I think that was a nice way of saying she's probably a prostitute.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it was.
And I thought her acting was superb. I thought she had that whole I'm a high paid call girl. She was very attractive. She was, she had the right way of saying things.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Don't be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Very funny.
I thought she was really, really good.
True. So it's the second movie with opera scenes in it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. That's
so
right.
we'll see how long this continues.
Well,
here.
Chalamet. What's that guy's name?
Chalamet.
Chalamet. He doesn't think we should have opera.
Ballet
anymore.
That was. I know that made me really turn on Timmy.
Interesting.
Well, he said it, and it's still. There was like 3 days of Oscar voting still left.
I know.
Yeah.
Dummy.
Well,
and his mother and grandmother were dancers.
Yeah.
Well, way future Oscar winner Amadeus. There's a scene in there where the emperor says no ballet, no music, right, for the ballet. So they're all dancing around without it, and he's like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Well, you outlawed this." Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments about the movie?
No, I made mine.
It was tough.
Yeah.
We've been on kind of a streak of movies that I think we all liked for various reasons, and this one, I mean, a weighty film but hard to like, tough to watch.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Was this better or Gone with the Wind better?
Well, this is shorter for starters, so
Which helps. I think I like the fact that this is hyper focused on a few characters. I mean, I think it has a lot of weight. I think it has a lot of dramatic weight to it, and I don't know. I think this. I would rather watch this.
Yeah.
Than Gone with the Wind.
I would rather watch this again before Gone with the Wind. Even half of Gone with the Wind.
Well, I think this was educational more than entertaining.
Yes, I think that's a good way to put it.
You can't take it with you. Going my way.
Entertainment. Pure entertainment.
All Quiet on the Western Front was very thought-provoking and everything, but this was jarring. This was educational. This was, Yeah.
So during this time period, when people went to the movies, they would have seen a newsreel. They would have seen a cartoon.
Yeah.
I could see people leaving and saying, "You know what? I like the cartoon better. Whatever."
Oh yeah.
The newsreel, in fact, might have been better.
It's certainly not an escape movie.
Right.
So it was released before we were done with the war,
Yeah.
I assume.
Yeah.
Right? So, not
Well, that's a good point.
Not an escape movie,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Not something to go and, set your troubles aside with for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
So...
Are we gonna scratch on the thing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll do that.
Oh, wow. Next time, it's the best years of our lives.
Next time is Best Years of Our Life, which I've seen and I've got it on DVD.
This is a good one.
This is a good one.
I'm excited to hear what people think about this.
Yeah. And there you go, Diya.
It's me.
It's you.
It's
Finally me
you.
again.
It's you as our technical director.
Yes. And we may fire Nan when she gets back.
I think Nan will be glad to have some help.
Exactly.
I think she'll be
Not
happy.
sure that's a threat.
I know.
Well, and apparently we're gonna get another mic.
Oh.
That's right.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
And another birthday present.
Your
Well,
That's
birthday,
right.
your
I got
birthday,
one
Mike.
for Christmas, and now I'm
yeah.
gonna get one for my
Get
birthday.
ready, listeners.
Yeah.
You're gonna
That'd be like 5 mics.
No, it'll be 4.
four.
Phone mics.
We're big time.
So,
big time.
what are you trying to say, Eddie?
Okay. It's a bad.
It's gonna feel more pressure to
Is
attend.
it a toughie?
It's a bad.
That's a bat. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
bat.
yeah.
Yeah, the bat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from
Like
Scene
from
where
the.
Yeah.
when he has
yeah.
the DTs.
Yeah, that was.
And I thought that was interesting. It's not pink elephants, it's little
Yeah.
animals. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
when he's telling her it's in that hole in the wall and
Yeah.
there's no hole. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's. Ooh.
It's a hard movie, there's no doubt about
Yeah.
it. Okay, well, Diya, you got a busy week.
I think so.
Kate, you got a busy week.
Yes, I do.
Anybody going to the UD for the tournament games?
No, I wish that sounds like fun, but
I remember
I
when you
don't
used to
have
sell
time.
sugar coated.
I know the
yeah.
almonds and the
cinnamon
pecans.
almonds. Yeah.
I know. This was a good weekend for
Yeah.
it, or a good stretch here.
Yeah.
I attended the first couple of years when it was not sold out because it was just
I
the first couple of
know.
years, and it was amazing.
It's become
yeah.
a very popular thing. It's hard to get tickets.
Yes. Yeah.
It's almost gotten too big, but
Yeah.
I'm glad it's a good thing for Dayton, and I'm glad it draws in.
Remember the year
people
when
and-
Obama and
and
Tony
David
Blair.
Cameron. It was
Oh,
David
Cameron?
Cameron. Yeah.
yeah.
That was That was
Yeah.
really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Virginia was at that one.
Yeah.
I was at that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, that
pretty
was
cool.
a lot of fun.
And Obama bought hot dogs for
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess then we're gonna break for dessert. I've got 5 different kind of pies in the refrigerator.
Whoa.
I have coconut cream,
Yum.
apple, peach, chocolate, and there's another one. I forget what the other one is.
Wow.
Then I also have some of those Irish cookies that we had last week, and then I got tons of Girl Scout cookies. Remember the movie Raising Arizona?
Yes.
Yes.
When Nicolas Cage, he can't drive by a UDF without robbing it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't drive by cute little Girl Scouts
Oh,
selling
I know, it's
cookies.
tough.
without buying some.
So
I know.
even though I bought a bunch from my granddaughter in
Yeah.
Portland that are being donated to a homeless shelter in
Yeah.
Virginia's name, and even though I bought a bunch from Scooby, who is one of my bailiffs now at Dayton Municipal Court, I bought a whole bunch from her because she sells them for her niece, and Frank brought them home for me. I was leaving Legacy yesterday, and there on the side out by L Bakery,
Yeah.
there was a little Girl Scout and her parents with their table set up.
Yeah.
selling,
You
and I
can't
pulled
resist.
in and I said, "Okay."
Yep.
I bought 10 boxes.
The Girl Scouts are smart and very enterprising.
Yes.
Yeah.
The ones that I think have really figured this out are the ones that set up a table outside of Arrow Wine.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh, you
I bought 'em at
girls
Arrow
are
Wine,
going to
too.
be successful one day. You're
Yeah.
already successful, but you know how to do this.
And now people can order online and have the remote order, so there's
Oh,
no.
yeah.
If your grandparents live out of state, no,
That's right,
no,
no
no
problem.
excuse, no problem.
No problem.
We can solve
Well,
that.
I've already bought, I think, $100 and some odd worth of ones
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
from Juniper, and I told Lily today that because Lily was like, "I got 150 more boxes we got to sell." Lily's the cookie mom.
She's the cookie mom.
So her
Oh.
and Juniper was leaving to
Oh,
go
yeah.
set up, and I said, "Well, I will buy whatever." No, you leave it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not off yet.
Yeah, no, she's
Yeah,
just
just
getting the
make it
volume up a
louder.
little
Oh,
bit.
okay. I told
Sorry.
I told Lily whatever's not sold, I'll buy them
Oh,
and then
wow.
donate them to the homeless shelter out there.
Oh, yeah.
When Lily was selling Girl Scout cookies, and I was a Dayton Municipal Court judge, it was called court detail, and all the officers who were subpoenaed in had to check in, to make sure that they showed up.
Right.
And we would set up all the cookies.
Oh my gosh.
So I feel very, that,
Oh, yeah.
that people were there for my daughter, so
Oh yeah.
I've got to be there for them. And so even though I've got another 10 boxes in my car that Eddie's going to have to bring in for me, if I drive by Legacy next
Yep.
week and that little
You will
girl's
get
out there
more.
selling them, I'll have more.
Yep.
So anybody that wants to leave tonight with Girl Scout cookies to take back to the Ann Charles Watts experience, I can load you up.
Well, Sabrina sells them,
Sabrina's
too.
been selling.
Okay, so you've got them already.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sabrina's
Well,
selling.
if anybody wants any, I've got them.
Dan, I will say that thanks to your reminder text yesterday, that it was Pie Day yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After Skyline Chili, me and I went over to Kroger, and they sell these tiny pies. They're only $1.25, but they're just the
Yeah.
right size. And for $1.25 pie, they're actually pretty good. For a dog,
Really?
considering it's $1.25, yeah. We had
Well,
an
that's not
apple.
bad at all.
We shared an apple and a blueberry
Ooh.
pie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Pie Day.
Yeah, that's right.
People don't know what that is, but it's 3.14.
We had pizza pies tonight.
Oh,
Yes,
nice.
A belated
And
pie
we
day.
have pies
And we
in the
have
refrigerator.
pie.
Yep. Anything else, Diya? Kate, anything?
I don't think so.
Eddie?
This movie's a lie. Alcoholism is fine.
Oh,
my
jeez.
no. Oh, wow.
Eddie's doing his homework for his electrical engineering degree. And plus, tomorrow we'll start watching Breaking Bad again. Tonight, I'm going to watch the Oscars, Eddie.
Oh, yeah.
Polly, anything?
I just want to say the 1946 Oscar winner we will be reviewing is The Best Years of Our Lives.
That's right.
Okay. And Jim Rouget made the mistake of telling me he just recently watched it, so I'm going to call him up. And try to
Good.
guilt trip
That
him.
is a mistake, Jimmy.
Well,
I
yeah,
wondered.
we can get Ann to make her award-winning chicken and noodles.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
What would
potentially.
not be better than that? Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, well, thanks for listening to this episode 27 of Dinner with Dan. I'm going to end this like I end all of them. Godspeed and fair winds.